Hi ladies. Today we're going to talk about contour. I know I get questions all the time. It's like, my contour is disappearing, or I'm not doing it right. Can you help me? Can you show me? So let's just do a little bit of contour. Tools. So contour, you can apply it with a multitude of tools. If you have the smudge brush, you can use the smudge brush for dotting it on like the cheetah hack. So I'm going to do one side tonight showing you that so you get the exact placement. And then the other side I'm going to use a brush. So you have the smudge brush, you can use that. The blush and bronzer brush, you can use this as well. If you have these kind of brushes, like this one or the 3D, when you do your contour, squeeze it so it's kind of like this size, because that fits better in the cheek area. Same with your 3D brush. You can do that as well, because you want to kind of like this one. Like, this is the detail brush. This is the one that's actually made for contour. And it makes it so much easier. It's like perfect size, perfect placement. But if you have one of these brushes, you can use the same to squeeze it. So it dips into the tin better as well. And then you can just tap that on. So any of these brushes you can use. You can even use your multitasker brush, because it has a flat edge on it, and you can just draw the lines on as well. So lots of ways you can do it. So find what works for you. I always tell people to practice. The more you practice, you know, the better you'll get, and the better it'll look over time, because it's all just a little learning curve. So let's start. I'm just going to take my contour out. So I like a cool contour. So I use Astoria for mine. This is what I love. You could have, if you have Fiji, you can use that. That's a little bit warmer. Some ladies start it with a light color. This is ash. If your contour is disappearing, it's probably too light, or you're blending it too much. So we'll talk about that as well. I do have indigo, but I can't find it, so I don't have that one with me. But this is the one that I love, and I love a cool contour. The new ones that just came out for the contour colors, there's one that's really, really nice, and that is Auburn. And that's a nice warm contour as well. So if you find that your color is looking muddy, or it just doesn't blend well, and it's a cool color, try a warm color instead. And if you want some recommendations, reach out to me. I'm always here to help. And then I had a conversation with someone today, and she was using henna contour, and she said it looked really muddy on her face. So I said to her to try the Bella bronzer for your contour, and she loved it. It's nice and warm. So it's just personal preference. You gotta find what you like. So let's see now. This is mine. No, that's Fiji. I love Fiji as well. Fiji is like your bronzer, so it's your bronzer and your contour in one. So on this side, I'm gonna start. So let's see. With your contour color, it's dry. It's meant to be dry because it's meant to stay where you put it, and it's meant to last all day. The creams are meant to blend. The contour is not meant to blend. It's supposed to stay where you put it. So that's why it's a drier consistency. Now, if you find yours is really dry, when was the last time you melted it down? Have you ever melted your contour? Put a yes or a no in the comments. So if you haven't melted down your contour, and you've had it for a while, it's probably a good idea to melt that down, because you get all the dirt out of it. You'll be surprised at the little woolies that come out of there, and the little dust bunnies that come out of there. So if you need help with that, reach out as well, and I can help you with that. I do have a video that's in my group. If you type in melt, it will come up, and you can follow that, and it's really, really easy, and it's really nice as well. So let's start on this side. I'm going to use my smudge brush. I think almost everyone has this brush now. So I'm going to tap in. Now your contour is, like I say, is dry, so don't be afraid to tap into it. I know when we do our cream main highlight colors, those are really creamy, but you would never do that. But you can really tap into that so you get lots of color in your brush. So I'm going to start. Contour. It accentuates your bone structure. It creates shadows on your face. That's why it's that cool color, because it mimics a shadow. So you're creating shadows to accentuate your bone structure, to add some dimension, so that our face is not one flat color, like we would get with, like, you know, a flat foundation shade. So this is what it's for. So that's why it's a cool shade. So we're creating a shadow. So I'm going to put it here. So it goes along your hairline, and you can do dots. Now, whenever I do this in my video, my contour shows up really warm. I don't know why, because it's cool colored, but it shows up warm on camera for some reason. And I'm going to tap in. Don't be afraid to tap into that, ladies. So you're going to go from temple to temple. Now, if you're like me, as we get older, this is hollowing out right here. So I'm not going to put any contour. Contour makes things recede. So if you have a large forehead, it creates this shadow, so it doesn't look as wide. Same with the jaw. If you have jowls, it will help sculpt that area and hide this area as well. Hi, Sandra. How are you? So yeah, so it just creates that shadow. So you're sculpting that area so it's not so noticeable. It will recede. So I'm just going to do my cheeks. Now for your cheeks, I have a natural shadow right there. But now I'm 57. Yeah, I'm 57. I keep forgetting how old I am. I don't feel 57. So I like to put my finger by my ear and come in that hollow. And then I'm going to, you can draw a line or you can do the dots. Now we're going to come out to the corner of our eye. You can use your end of your stick, end of your brush. I can come out a little bit more there. And I'm tapping back into that contour again. And we're going to put that on right there. Now, if your contour is really dry, you can let that. Now, can you see the difference on my face already? This side here is more sculpted and lifted because I put it higher. And you can see up here as well. But when you see that, you'll blend that one out as well. Now, for the jaw, you want to come underneath the jaw. Tap in. Don't be afraid of it, ladies. You want to come over. You don't want to come up on this area. You want to come underneath. And you're going to bring it right back to your ear. And that's going to create a shadow in that area to diminish a jowl, which is amazing when you think of it. That a little bit of color, once you add it, will really help diminish an area or help it recede, an area that you don't like on your face. Now I have a white spot there, and I always put a little bit right there. Call it my little light bulb. So if you have a big white area here, and it's really noticeable because it's white, anything light draws the eye forward. But if you put darkness on it, it helps that recede. So I have this white area here, so for make that less noticeable, I put a little bit of dark color on it, and that helps that recede. So I'm not gonna, should I do my nose? I never do my nose. And then when I do it off camera, it looks amazing. And when I do it on camera, it's like, oh, Donna, why did you do that? But let's do it anyways. So I got another mirror behind me. Now, the purpose of contouring your nose is to make it slimmer. Or if you have a wide nose, you can make it slimmer. If you have a slim nose, you can make it wider. And on this side, and you're just following that bone on the top of your nose. Now I have a long nose, so I like to put a little bit there. And you want to kind of connect it to your eyebrows. And it looks weird first when you start out, but once you blend it, hopefully it'll look okay. So let's do that. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit on my eyelids as well. Do a little bit of contouring on the eye. So you can use your contour for eyeshadow, you can use it to fill in your brows, you can use it as an eyeliner, you can use it as a lip color, you can use it as a lip liner. And just put that there. Now, so I got one side done. We're gonna let that warm up. Now we're gonna do the other side with a brush. Let's use the detail brush. I like your, oh, thank you. Where did I get that? Oh, I think that was from Mint and Lily. I never take it off, I love it. So this is the contour brush, the detail brush. So this one here, you can actually use this side as well to do your dot, dot, dot and blend, or you can use this side, which just has this little flat edge. So I'm just tapping that in. You can do flat, you can do tap. Now you can tell I'm really tapping that in because it's dry, and it's dry for a reason because they want you to stay. You don't want it to blend out. And if it was really creamy, it would be really easy to blend out. So let's go right here. I got a lot on there now. So I'm just, same here. You can use, if you have your smudge brush, you can put your smudge brush right there, and then you can follow that as well. Come into the corner of your eye. Do the same on your forehead. The detail brush is the perfect size. So we're gonna skip this area here because this is where it hollows out. If you're mature and you notice that this is getting a little indented, we're not gonna put that color there because that's even gonna sink it in even further. Don't want that. Now I still have a lot on here, so let's come underneath the jaw. Remember, we're doing right underneath, back to that ear. And now I can blend that down. And that's just gonna sculpt that area. And if you have any jigglies or you have anything you don't like down that area, it will just sculpt it and diminish it as well. Blend that down, same on this side. So this is the only place that we're gonna blend down. Everything else we're gonna blend up to help create lift and give us that beautiful sculpted cheekbones, help that forehead, give a nice shadow. So my jawline is done. So we're gonna go into the forehead. I like to do this first. So you can take the same brush. If you don't have this one, you can use your 3D brush, same thing. And for this, we're gonna tap it back. Tap it back into the hairline, same one this way. And now this is really warmed up. But if you find, where's my prep spray? Let me see, I can't see. So if you find your contour is really dry, you can spray a setting spray on here. You can spray a prep spray. I'm loving the new prep spray. It has hyaluronic acid in it. There's glycerin. It's really nice and hydrating for your face. Now, one trick when you're using this, shake it, and it kind of takes the pressure out of it. And when you spray it, don't do a half spritz, do a full spritz. You see the difference in the mist? The half spritz gives you like, it spits in your face, I say. But the little full press gives you like a really nice mist. So I'm just gonna do that lightly. So I get a little bit on my brush, tap off any extra, and that will help blend out that color as well. Take it back into the hairline, bring it down. We're blending out this line right here. I'm gonna bring it back so there's no visible line there. And then here we're just tapping that out lightly, just so that there's no visible line. You're kind of marrying it together with your contour and your main highlight color. Now, jawline, same thing. Tap into your brush, and we're gonna lift that up. And when your brush is a little bit damp, it blends out so easy. And that's it. You don't want to blend it so it completely disappears. This side, same. Tap up. Bring that, you can bring it up a little bit. And the more you bring it up, the more lifted it will look as well. Oh, don't forget my nose. Now for your nose, you can just lightly swipe that down. I am going to put a little bit of my, bring that up there, put a little bit of brightener right on that nose area. Now you just want it lightly. I'm barely touching my nose when I do that. Take a little bit of my brightening highlight, take that down the middle, and then tap it out. Let's use the same brush, the detail brush. There. Do my thing. Let's do my other eye. But it's really easy, ladies. But if you have any questions, please reach out and let me know. But the biggest thing is not blending it out. And if you do find when you get your face done, is like, if you're having issues with your contour, do your contour last. Do your face, do your highlights, do your brightening highlight, do your eyes, do your brows, do your mascara, and then do your contour last. Because a lot of times we put that on first, then we put all of our other colors on and we blend it out, and then you look, it's like, okay, where did that go? So add it last, and then don't put a lot on there. Put it on there so that you can see it, and then tap it just to blend it out, just to blur the edges, because you want to keep that shadow. That's what's going to give you that sculpted dimension on your face. Let's do my other eye, because I'm looking a little lopsided. What side did I use? This side. So I use this for my eyeshadow as well. And blend that down. Just doing that funny thing with the watching again too. And then this is great in the mornings if you're like, this week has been miserable. I can't get to sleep at night. In the mornings, I'm like dragging my butt. Yeah. So if you're having these kind of mornings and you want something quick, use your contour as an eyeshadow, and then you can throw on a little bit, just tap that out. You can throw in a little bit of shimmer or just leave it like that, and it's good to go. But that's it. Contour 101. Really, really simple. And it doesn't dry down. So if you're going through the day or in the morning, it's like, okay, I needed a little extra. Just take a little extra. You can keep a little one in your purse. These little palettes are amazing for like keeping small things in your purse, or this size is amazing as well. A lipstick, a contour, a bronzer, and your touch-up cream or a powder. These are fabulous. But if you need an extra color during the day, or you blend it out, just add a little more. It doesn't dry down. Or if you're going in at nighttime, if you want a little extra drama, just add a little bit more contour and then just tap it out. And you can do it with your 3D brush as well. Now, so let's say you come down a little too far in your contour, or you get a little heavy-handed up here. If you feel you get too much on, you could just tap it till you blend it out. We're not swiping the color, we're just tapping the color, and that will keep it where you put it. So you still get that little bit of a shadow. That's all we're looking for, a little bit of a shadow. We don't want a big streak. You don't want that. You want it to look natural. You want it to look like a natural shadow on your face. So just tap it lightly. Now, if you come down too far and you're like, okay, I'd like to really make that stand out a little more, or I want to lift my cheeks a little more, or I just came down and it just looks too muddy down here. Take your brightening highlight and your smudge brush, or you can use your, where's my other brush? This one. You can use your multitasker as well, but the smudge is going to pick up a little bit. Tap in. Now remember, the cream is light. The cream is really creamy, the main highlight. And you can come right underneath. I need to look at my other mirror for that. You can come right under there, and then you can take your brush and just blend that down. And that will really clean up that contour. So then it's really accentuated. Can you see the difference? I love this little trick. Take your, what brush should I use? My smudge brush, lightly tap in. You don't need much. And just a little line right there. And then lightly tap it out. There, nice. Okay, let's do a little, what else can we use it for? Let me do this, where is this? Let's use my multitasker brush, and you can use it as a contour. You can use it as a, I can't see, I shouldn't do that. You can use it as a little eyeliner, and it's really soft. Brown eyeliner is beautiful in every eye color. So you can use it as a little eyeliner. I usually start at the middle and go out, just to add a little extra dimension. And if you're so inclined, you can use it as a lipstick, as a lip liner too. I can't see what I'm doing, but that's okay. Just to add a little dimension to those lips as well. And if you wanted to, you can add a little bit under here and blend that out. And that just gives you a little pout right there. Creates a little shadow. That's all it's doing, creating that little shadow. So it creates a pout, as dimension to the lips, as dimension to the eyes, as dimension to your cheek. So that's it, ladies. If anybody has any questions, reach out and let me know. But yeah, contour, it's, once you start playing with it and you get the placement, just don't blend it out so much. That's a lot of the problems, is it blending out. But if it looks muddy, reach out to me, or it looks dirty. But muddy, I mean dirty. If it looks dirty on your face, message me. And you probably need a warmer color. And if you have a cool color, try your Bella bronzer. Or if you have Fiji, or Cedar, try those colors. You may prefer a warmer contour instead. But that's it. Thanks for watching, ladies. And I will see you again soon.